Hello everyone, good evening, how are you all? So yes, we are here with the theory plus MCQ part of the physics topic. What is that? Heat. Now without any delay, we'll be starting with heat part. First of all, if I'll talk about heat, what is it? Heat, if I'll talk about heat, it is what? It is actually a form of energy. Now, this is the form of energy which gets transferred from one body to another, but there's a condition. When this particular heat will get transferred, so there's a condition, and what's that condition? We'll be understanding this. But before that, let's complete this sentence. Heat is a form of energy that is transferred between two bodies due to difference in temperature. But from where till where this heat is going to transfer, how can we talk about it? Let's have an example. If there are two bodies, let us assume this is body 1, this is body 2. Now we are told in this definition, if there is temperature between both, there is temperature difference between both, only then heat will get transferred, correct? But from where to where? Is it from B1 to B2 or is it B2 to B1? For this, we must know what is the temperature of those two bodies. Let's take an example. If I talk about B1, let us assume its temperature is 50 degrees centigrade, for example. And B2's temperature is 20 degrees centigrade, for example. Now, according to the definition, there would be transfer in the heat, no doubt. Why? Because there is the temperature difference. You can just have a look. There is 30 degrees centigrade difference is there. But the main thing is that heat always gets transferred from the body of higher temperature to the body of lower temperature. Now, this is all theoretical concept, correct? What's the logic behind it? We'll be understanding that logic now. What's that logic? Let's have a look. If I talk about the heat transfer, let's take an example. Here, let us assume this is our hand and this is representing the ice. Now you must be wondering, sir, what is this? This is the box and you're saying hand and ice. Whatever thing we are having, whether it is this pen, my body, we all are made up of molecules, that's correct. In the similar manner, there would be molecules that are present in our hand, as it is what? Solid in nature, correct? In the similar manner, ice is also solid in nature. That means it will also be consisting of different molecules. But there's a logic that you must understand. If there's a body which is having a higher temperature, their molecules keeps on vibrating. Now, higher the vibration level, more is the heat. Just have a look. If I talk about hand and there's an ice cube which is kept on my hand. Now, slowly this ice cube will keep on melting, correct? How it is going to melt? Because there's a temperature difference between my hand and ice. True. Let us assume here our hand is on 25 degrees centigrade temperature, for example. If I talk about ice, we are aware of the temperature of ice would be what? 0 degrees centigrade. This means there is temperature difference, correct? So Udbhav is here. Hello Udbhav, good evening, how are you? Yes, so what I was saying, there's a temperature difference. Now what is going to happen? Here, there are the molecules in our hand where there will be vibration. There would be vibration. But since our ice is at 0 degrees centigrade, the molecular motion is almost nil. Molecules are not vibrating. Now what will happen? Slowly and slowly, because of the vibration of these molecules will also start their vibrations. And what I told you, higher the vibration, higher the temperature. So because of the vibration in this particular hand's molecules, these molecules will also start vibrating, and this vibration level will go on such a pace that both of them will become on the same level. So yes, here what is going to happen? The temperature difference, whatever temperature difference was there, it will be on the same level, and this heat will get transferred from the body of higher temperature to the lower temperature till the temperature's level is same. As simple as that. So yes, we were discussing about this part. So it is clear now. So heat actually flows from a body at higher temperature to the body of lower temperature. We understood that fact? So what we have understood, whenever we are talking about heat, it is what? It is a form of energy which is transforming from one body to another. It is transferring from one body to another. From where? from the body of higher temperature to the body of lower temperature. Simple. Next, if I talk about this heat, so you must have something to measure it, correct? So for measuring heat, which particular units are there? So if I talk about the measurement of heat, we have its SI unit, that is joule. Where if I talk about its abbreviation is J. Now what is its CGS unit? Its CGS unit is erg. Now this particular relation which is mentioned here, 1 joule is equal to 10 to the power 7 erg. This is important one and it is asked in the examination. And everyone who has joined this session kindly like it. Please like it. Yes, so what I was saying, if I talk about this relation, it is 1 joule is equal to 10 to the power 7 erg. Here, what are the units? It is not that only joule is the unit and only erg is the unit. Here, calorie is also the unit of heat. Kilocalorie is also the unit of heat. So here if I talk about kilocalories, so 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calories. This is the simple one. But the thing is that this particular relation, it is very, very important. It is asked many times in the examination. 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joules. Now this one is important. Please do not forget because it is asked many times in the examination. So okay, Ilma. Okay, fine. Please proceed. Okay. So what I was saying, this relation is important. Please do not forget 1 calorie is equal to 4.186 joule, or I can say 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joules. So this is the important one. And everyone who has joined this session, kindly like it and share it. It is very important. Till then, there is a question for you all. Let's see who can answer this. If I talk about the temperatures of a scale of the temperature, we use degree centigrade to measure it. We use degree Fahrenheit to measure it. Can you tell me two more so that we can easily measure this? I am again asking. We are aware of degree centigrade, degree Fahrenheit are the scales, or we can say that they are used to measure the temperature. True. But apart from these two, can you name another two also? Let's see who all are the talented ones here who can give me this answer. So okay, till then I am discussing the temperature. I will be waiting for you all in the comment section. So waiting for the answer. Yes, temperature. What is temperature? Temperature is a physical quantity which measures the degree of hotness. We are talking about the degree of hotness or coldness, where we'll talk about the scalar quantity. Why? Because there is no such direction involved. When we have only magnitude and no such direction is involved, we say that it is scalar quantity. And how you are going to measure it? You will be measuring this temperature using a device that is known as thermometer. Simple. But I was asking you a question. What? When we are talking about the unit of temperature, its SI unit is Kelvin. Now it is asked in the examination many times. What is the unit of SI unit of this temperature? There is the option that is given is your degree centigrade, degree Fahrenheit, Kelvin. And what we do? We directly click on the degree centigrade. But that's wrong. Please remember, Kelvin is the correct answer. Kelvin is actually the SI unit. But I was asking you the question. What? Apart from these units, that is degree centigrade, degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit, can you name any other two? So is there anyone who can answer me this question? My question was, I was asking about the units of temperature. So we are aware of degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. What are the others two? If there would be no answer, then I will be giving this answer in the ending. One answer is already there on the screen. I don't know you are able to get that or not. That is Kelvin. So apart from this Kelvin, one more is left. Let's see who will answer that. Okay then. So different scales of temperature measurement. Measurement of temperature, the science of measurement is called thermometry. And what is that device? That particular device is actually a thermometer. Now, the construction of an instrument, that is a thermometer. If I talk about this thermometer, thermometers are also different types. What are they? One of them is gas thermometer. Apart from that, there are different thermometers in which you can use actually a mercury. Then you can use alcohol. So there's a question which is again asked in the examination. If I want to measure the temperature of around 6000 degrees centigrade, there's a temperature of around 6000 degrees centigrade. So which particular thermometer I require? Can you answer this? First question is for this one. And second one is, if I want to measure the lowest temperature that is possible, lowest temperature. So for this, which thermometer is required? Now these two questions are already asked in the examination many times. This is for the highest temperature, this is for the lowest temperature. Can you name those thermometers? If yes, then please comment yes. Otherwise, you can even comment no. but I want this answer from everyone, only then we'll proceed here. The minimum temperature and the maximum temperature can be measured by which type of thermometer? So we'll wait for more candidates for this answer. Till then I'm moving forward so that we can take these questions as well. Fine. Okay then, I'm moving forward. I'll take this question again. Now, I was talking about different scales. So we are aware of 3 scales now. Which one are they? First one is Fahrenheit. Second is Celsius. Third one is Kelvin. Now, these are 3 different scales which are actually used for measuring the temperature. True. Now, the ice point and the steam point of water are known as freezing and boiling points of water. So, ice point is known as the lower fixed point and steam point is known as the upper fixed point. The best way to understand it is, if I talk about the upper fixed point, this means I'm talking about the highest temperature. If I'm talking about the lower fixed point, that means I'm talking about the least temperature. So yes, it's very obvious. If I'm talking about the least temperature, that means I'm talking about the temperature at which freezing point would be there. Correct? Just have a look. This is the thermometer. This is the Fahrenheit scale. This is centigrade scale. Now I am aware of 0 degree centigrade. What happens here? Water freezes. Correct? But 0 degree centigrade is equal to what? You will see that here's a value that is given is your 32 degree Fahrenheit, and here it is given 273.15 Kelvin. This means there is some relation between them. 32 degree Fahrenheit, 0 degree centigrade, 273.15 Kelvin. This means these values are equal in nature, correct? Because these are on the same level and all these are the freezing points of water. So what is the relation between them? There's a formula. There's a formula. Please remember this one because we'll be having other formulas as well. This is the important one. C by 5 is equal to F minus 32 by 9. This is the formula for the conversion from degree centigrade to degree Fahrenheit, or rather you can say from degree Fahrenheit to degree centigrade. Now if I talk about Kelvin scale. So for Kelvin scale also we have a formula, that is C plus 273. Whenever value, whatever value is given for degree centigrade, just add 273 over there. You will be getting the value of Kelvin over here. So this is the formula for Kelvin and degree centigrade conversion. These two are important. Now I'll show you this, how to actually convert apart from this formulas. Do we have any direct formula? So yes. So this was the scale which we were discussing, Fahrenheit, Celsius and Kelvin. If I talk about the freezing point of water, we were discussing the same thing. Here we have 32 degree Fahrenheit, which is equal to 0 degree centigrade, which is equal to 273.15 Kelvin. Now there's a point, that is absolute zero. Now what is this thing? Absolute zero is that temperature at which all the molecular motion ceases. This question is asked in CGL, CPO. Apart from that, CHSL, many examinations are there where there are 2 types of questions which are asked. They'll give you the definition. The temperature at which all the molecular motion ceases is what? So they'll give option freezing point, boiling point, this, that. The correct answer would be absolute zero. So this is the minimum possible temperature. There is no more temperature. There's no such temperature which is lower than this. Fine. So it is the minimum possible temperature which is known as absolute zero. Here we have that value, minus 273 degrees centigrade, 0 Kelvin, or we can say minus 460 degree Fahrenheit. This is very important point. Do not forget. This question is asked many times. Then if I talk about boiling point of water, everyone knows about it. What? So it would be 0 degree centigrade for water. It would be 212 degree Fahrenheit, or we can say that 373.17 Kelvin. Okay then. Now we were discussing about the conversion, correct? So if you will go for this conversion part, you can use this. There's a general formula. Unknown temperature on the scale minus ice point upon steam point minus ice point. Just have a look. For Celsius scale, we have this formula. Tc minus 0 upon 100 minus 0 is equal to Tk minus 273.15 upon 373.15 minus 273.15 is equal to Tf minus 32 upon 212 minus 32. So this will give you this particular formula. But again I am saying, what you can do, just use this formula so that you can easily calculate it. C by 5, that is degree centigrade upon 5, is equal to F minus 32 by 9, that is degree Fahrenheit by 9. This is the conversion between degree centigrade and Fahrenheit. And similarly, if I write for Kelvin, so C plus 273 is equal to K. Okay then, if I'll move forward, before moving forward, let me tell you, there's an example official application where we have several features. It includes live paid courses with the test series, free subject-wise and topic-wise quizzes with the report card, job alert, admit card, examination date. Then we have all exams previous year, PDFs with the solution, free All India scholarship test with the report card. Then we have topic-wise free live classes, free full length and sectional test with the report card, free examination wise PDFs and practice set PDFs. Then we have daily, weekly and monthly current affairs, unlimited subject wise practice set question. What you have to do? Just go to the Play Store, type Exampur over there, click on the install button, click on the open part, just do the registration and start using it. So yes, I was talking about the different scales, correct? Just have a look at this scale. So degree centigrade and Fahrenheit's conversion can be done by this formula. Remember, C by 5 is equal to F minus 32 by 9. So if I'll go for the Celsius and Kelvin conversion, it would be K is equal to C plus 273.15. And for Kelvin to Fahrenheit scale, we have F is equal to 1.8 into K minus 273.15 plus 32. Now, there's a question for you all. My question is, can you tell me that particular temperature at which degree centigrade is equal to degree Fahrenheit? Please, waiting for the answer. I'll give you 4 options here. First option is 40, second is minus 40, third is 273, fourth is minus 273. Let's see who gives this answer. These are the 4 options. And my question was, what is the exact value at which degree centigrade and degree Fahrenheit will be equal in nature? So there's the first option, that is 40. There is another option that is minus 40. There is another option that is 273 and D is minus 273. So what is the correct answer over here? And whoever is present right now, kindly tell me your name so that I can start conversation with you. As this is the theoretical part, I want more doubts from your end so that we can go in more depth. If there will be no doubt, then this means I'll assume you know everything. So who all are present over here, kindly tell me your name so that I can start discussion with you. So yes, there was a question, degree centigrade and degree Fahrenheit, which one would be the correct answer in which both the values are same? So here please remember, minus 40 would be the correct answer. Fine. So what is the correct answer? That is minus 40. Only this minus 40 is the value at which degree centigrade and degree Fahrenheit remains same. Otherwise, there would be no other value at which this temperature is going to be same. Now, I asked one of the question in the starting, if I want to measure the lowest temperature, from where will I get it? Which type of thermometer I need to use? Please remember, this is very important question, because we just think thermometer is the device which we can use anywhere. See, thermometers are also different types. Now what will happen if I use mercury here? Mercury will freeze, correct? So mercury thermometers cannot be used here. What is going to be the correct answer? The correct answer would be your alcohol thermometer. The thermometers which are actually using your alcohol. What's the reason behind it? The reason behind it is, let me write thermometer. So yeah, the reason behind it is that alcohol will not freeze at the lowest temperature. At that time, mercury will freeze. So that's why whenever we are talking about the lowest temperature, here mercury thermometer will not be used, alcohol thermometer can be used. If I want to ask about the highest temperature, so let me write the question. There's a question, for highest temperature, which particular thermometer or which particular device is used? Can you answer me this question? Everyone who has joined the session, kindly like the session and please answer me. The highest temperature can be measured using which particular thermometer? Very important question again. Both the questions are of very important nature. Yes, anyone can answer this? Highest temperature can be measured by which particular thermometer? Please remember, here the correct answer would be, that is actually your pyrometer. What's that? That's actually your pyrometer. So pyrometer is a device that is used for measuring the highest temperature. And yes, we have alcohol thermometer which is used for measuring the lowest temperature. Then we were discussing about this conversion, it's clear. Now, if I ask about the difference, what's the difference between this heat and temperature? Please remember, heat is actually the measure of the thermal quantity. If I talk about temperature, it is the degree of hotness or coldness of an object. The most important thing is about this unit. This unit is asked in the examination many times. So wherever I mark star or write important, please remember these things were asked many times. So first thing is that the SI unit of heat is what? It is joule. But what is the SI unit of temperature? That is Kelvin. So do not forget this part. This is very important. It has been asked in many times. Okay. So if I'll talk about the heat, here we know that we are talking about what? It's a form of energy. So Abhishek has joined us. Hello Abhishek, good evening. How are you? Yes. So now if I'll talk about this measurement of heat, so here you can actually measure it using the bomb calorimeter. But if I'll ask about the temperature, you need to use thermometer over here. So, okay. So there was a question which I was actually asking. So please remember, again I'll talk about the thermometers. The minimum value is calculated by what? That is alcohol thermometer, because it is not going to freeze. The highest temperature is used by pyrometer. Fine. Okay then. Next. So now we'll be talking about the phase transitions. So here are the phase transitions. If there is any solid, if it's directly converting into the gas, this means we are talking about the sublimation part. If we are talking about the gas to solid, this would be what? This would be deposition. Gas to liquid, condensation. Liquid to gas, evaporation. Solid to liquid, melting. And liquid to solid, freezing. But now if someone will ask you about direct relations or direct examples, we'll be understanding it one by one, where we will be taking all these examples. Let's start. First of all, let's go with the melting part. Here what is happening? Just have a look. This is what? This is ice. And this ice is actually melting into the water. True. So here, if I talk about this conversion, it is changing from solid to liquid. The process is actually occurring at a fixed temperature, which is known as melting point. Here, this is actually the definition of melting, where an object is actually changing from solid to liquid state. Next, if I talk about phase transitions, where we are talking about freezing. What is this freezing? Freezing is a process where a liquid is turning into solid part. Now, freezing occurs when heat is lost from an object. Now, here we were discussing about ice. Remember, we were talking about an ice cube which is kept on the hand. So, if I talk about ice and the hand part, so there was a temperature difference between both. Ice is actually at 0 degree centigrade. And if I talk about our hand, we know that it is on the higher end. So, what will happen in this case? The heat will get transferred from hand to ice, because of which this ice will start melting. But there must be a phase in which the liquid was turning into the solid part. That is, there must be a phase when this ice was created. This means liquid was converted into the solid form. So there was a temperature for that. So here we are talking about freezing, where the liquid is actually converting into the solid, and freezing is occurring when there is a heat lost from an object. That is, you can talk about the water over there. Fine. So yes, this process occurs at a fixed temperature, which is known as freezing point. Next phase is boiling. Now here, just see, water is boiling. This means here when we are talking about this phase change, so it is occurring where liquid is converting into the gas. Liquid is actually converting into the gas. The temperature at which boiling happens, this is called the boiling point. And we'll see that here, please remember, boiling and evaporation are two different things. Boiling and evaporation are totally two different things. Now, if anyone is having doubt over here, so what's the difference? You can just comment me and I'll let you know. Okay then. If there is any issue, please let me know. If there is any doubt, please let me know. I'll move forward now. Now let's talk about condensation. Now what happens? Condensation is when a gas is turning into the liquid. Now, how we can take this example? We have daily world example. If you are having a cold drink, or you have taken the bottle from your fridge. So what happens? If I draw a bottle over here, let us assume this is a bottle. What happens? There comes the droplets on it. Correct? There are droplets which we can observe over here. Now this process in which these particular droplets are present, what is actually happening? There was moisture that was present here, and the bottle was actually cool. Correct? So here what is happening? Here the gas is actually turning into the liquid. So there was a gas which was present around this glass, but because of this temperature, what happened? This particular gas converted into the liquid. So this is actually the condensation, where condensation is an important part of water cycle. Now I'll explain you water cycle now. You must be wondering, sir, what is this exactly water cycle? So you can talk about a time when we were in our childhood age, when we used to go to school, our mother used to put chapatis in our tiffin box. Remember that part? And what used to happen? The chapati which was there in our tiffin box. Hello Epi, good evening, how are you? So yes, we are talking about the chapati box. If I'll keep the chapati in my this tiffin box, what is going to happen? my mother used to keep the tiffin box early in the morning, 6:30 or 7 o'clock, and we used to have tiffin at 10 or 10:30. At that time, when we used to open the tiffin, we used to see the water droplets which are present on that tiffin. Remember that part? What used to happen in this case? In this case, there was a gas which was there in the chapati. You must have seen the chapati. We call it fulki. Why? Because it is actually filled with the gas over there. Now, your mother used to press that chapati in the tiffin. Now, slowly and slowly, what used to happen? That particular gas used to go. I'll make a tiffin box over here. I'll just make it. So that gas used to just rise up, and while rising up, it used to get stuck on this part, and that gas was converted into what? Liquid. So this is the example of water cycle. So what is happening? Your gas is actually going up and it is then condensing, where we are talking about the condensation, and that gas is becoming liquid in nature. So this is the water cycle. This is the daily life example. In the real world, if I'll talk about on a larger part, this rain, how this is actually happening. Whenever there's a heat which is generated from the sun, all the water bodies, what is happening? There actually water is vaporizing, correct? And then what happens in the final case, that gas is converted into the liquid form and it is again reaching the earth. So this is the water cycle. I gave you the example of a tiffin box. Both the things are related with the water cycle. So okay, so what condensation is an important part of water cycle. I guess I've given the two examples and they are enough to understand this part. Okay, moving forward. Now comes the sublimation. It is the process by which substance changes from solid state directly to the vapor state. Now what can be its example? Whenever we are there in the havan or any kind of those pujas, what we use camphor over there, correct? In Hindi we say kapoor. What happens? When you burn that, when you try to burn that, this not written, I'll write it, camphor. So whenever you burn that, what happens? This solid state is directly converted into the vapor state, correct? Okay then. So here we have dry ice, we have naphthalene balls. So sublimation is a process by which a substance directly changes from solid state to the vapor state. There is no state in between them. Fine. That is, it is directly converting from the solid to the vapor state. Next. So I was asking you about the difference between evaporation and boiling. So let's have a look. Evaporation takes place only on the surface, but boiling takes place throughout the liquid. If I talk about evaporation, liquid temperature drops during the evaporation, but liquid temperature remains unchanged during the boiling. Evaporation is actually a gradual process, but boiling is actually a vigorous process. So these are the basic differences between evaporation and boiling. Now we will be having the question answer session. So there's a first question. Ice is packed in sawdust because of what? So let's have a question answer session now. I want answer from everyone. So yes, the first question is, ice is packed in sawdust because of what? So what is exactly the correct answer? Let's see who gives this answer. Please, waiting for the answer. Ice is packed with the sawdust because of what? And I request you all to answer this. Waiting. If I talk about ice on a daily basis, we have seen that ice is actually covered by one thing or the another. Now if I talk about sawdust, it's very obvious. Because of the presence of sawdust, this ice will not melt. Why? Because this sawdust is what? It is the poor conductor of heat, because of which there would be no difference in temperature with the ice and your ice will remain intact. Fine. So yes, your sawdust is actually bad conductor of heat. So we'll say that option D is the correct answer. Next. Which of the following metal has the maximum thermal conductivity? Now this question is from CGL 2016. If I talk about the thermal conductivity, this means what? Here easily heat can get transferred. So here iron, aluminium, copper, silver. What is going to be the correct answer? And everyone who is present here, can you give me your attendance so that I can start talking to you? Till then I'll let you know. If I talk about the maximum thermal conductivity, so we have 4 options and here over here, and silver would be the correct answer. Apart from this question, if someone is asking you about the electrical conductivity, so easily current can also conduct from silver. So if someone asks you about the maximum or the best electric conductor, so there silver will again be the correct answer. Okay, so here we have option number D as the correct answer. Next, a body absorbs maximum amount of heat when it is what? Is it black and rough? Is it black and smooth? Is it white and rough? Or is it white and smooth? So here, If I'll talk about the absorption of heat, so please remember, if I'll talk about any surface which is black in color, the surface which is black in color, it will do what? It will absorb heat. It will absorb heat. But when I talk about white color does what? White color actually reflects. White color reflects. So what will happen? If in the summer season you will wear black, then it will give you more heating effect. So that's why it is said that we must wear white in summer. Why? Because it is going to reflect. It is going to reflect, correct? That's why you will be feeling better you wearing white. But in the winter season you must go for black because it is going to absorb heat and you will feel warmer. So yes, if I talk about the body that is absorbing the maximum amount of heat, so it would be, if it is going to be a black and rough, then it will do what? It will actually absorb heat. Fine. So yes, please remember, for the reflection part we'll go for the white, and for the absorption part please understand it would be black. So black and rough would be the correct answer here. Next, in winter season water coming out from the hand pumps is hot. Why? There must be some reason. If I talk about the winter season, whenever we take water from the hand pumps or submersible pumps, we get water which is actually hotter. There's a reason behind it. What's that reason? So here let me tell you, if I'll talk about earth and if I'll talk about a winter season, that is the atmosphere which is present outside the earth. So a temperature which is outside the earth is what? Is of lower temperature. So I'll write here small t to represent lower temperature. But the temperature in the earth would be of higher range. So what is going to happen? When water will come out from the earth, here we are setting in this temperature where temperature is low. That's why we are feeling cool. Now the water which is coming out from here, the temperature was higher there. So if I'll compare them, because of the presence of the temperature difference, what is going to happen? The water will feel warmer. That is, we'll feel the water is quite hotter. So yes, just have a look at these options. Inside the earth, temperature is more than the atmospheric temperature. So we can say that there is a temperature difference because of which we'll feel water quite hotter or water quite warmer. So next question. Which of the following causes more burn? Is it boiling water, hot water, steam, or none of these? So who can give me this answer? And everyone who has joined this session, kindly like this session and share it so that we can have maximum candidates and we can have lots of discussion over here. Yes, so the question is, which of the following causes more burn? Is it boiling water, hot water, steam, or none of these? So what is going to be the correct answer? Here, we must be thinking, sir, it's boiling water that will create more burning sensation, but no. Here the correct answer would be what? The correct answer is going to be steam, and there's a reason behind it. What's that reason? The reason behind it is the latent heat of evaporation. What is that? Latent heat. Now what is this latent heat? This is the new term which we are experiencing. Latent heat means the hidden heat. It's the hidden heat which is present. If I'll talk about the exact answer, that would be latent heat of vaporization. So yes, option number C, that is your steam, would be the correct answer. Next, the direction of flow of heat from any two system depends on what? Their specific heat, their latent heat, their individual temperature, or the amount of heat they contain individually. So what is going to be the correct answer over here? Waiting for the answer. Yes, see, when I talk about this flow of heat, you remember in the starting we discussed something. We discussed, if I'll keep a ice cube on my hand, what will happen? This ice cube will start melting, correct? Why? Because there is a temperature difference. If I'll talk about my hand, it is of higher temperature in comparison to ice. Ice is at what? Ice is at 0 degree centigrade, true. So yes, if I'll talk about the direction, so it is actually dependent on their individual temperatures, because heat is going to travel from the higher temperature to the lower temperature. So this is the point. Remember? Yeah, Elma, correct. That is latent heat. Yes, moving forward. Next, due to the horizontal motion of air, transfer of heat is known as what? So if I talk about the modes of heat transfer, we are aware of, that is conduction, convection, radiation. There are different things, correct? So please listen everyone, we have already discussed the theory part. Now we are going with the question answer session. Okay, and everyone is requested to kindly come at the starting itself, so that first of all we'll have theory and then we'll come to the question, so that we can study everything. So hello study group, I guess it's Ruchi, I remember. So yes, here the correct answer is going to be the advection. So due to the horizontal motion of the air, the transfer of heat is known as advection. Now what is convection? Convection, in this molecules actually transfer from one location to another. If I'll talk about this conduction, conduction takes place only in the solids, where again we need molecules for the same. But if I'll talk about radiation, there is no such medium required. There is no such medium required, and we talk about the sunlight coming, sorry, we talk about the sunlight, yes, that is coming from the sun to the earth, that is in the form of radiation, where no such medium is required. And here option number 8, that is advection, would be the correct answer. Next question is, burns caused by steam cause more irritation than those caused by the boiling water. We discussed about it, right? So yes, this is the question which was previously asked. So let's see who would be the first one to answer this. Ilma, Ruchi, Abhishek, Happy, who would be the first one to answer this? And others who have joined the session, kindly like it and tell me your name. So we will be discussing this question. Yes, one answer from everyone. Yeah. So Ilma is saying sir, that steam is going to have the latent heat. Yeah, that's true. See, steam is having the latent heat of vaporization, because of which I already told you latent heat is what? That is the hidden heat. Because of that, we'll get a more burning sensation in comparison to other things, that is boiling water. So that's true. Here option number B will be correct. Next question. Convection occurs in which of the following? Now this question can be asked in two ways. One question can be conduction is occurring where, and another one is convection is occurring where. So yes, the first question would be, convection occurs in which of the following? Is it only solid liquid? Is it only liquid and gas? Is it only gases and solid? Or is it solid, liquid and gas? What is going to be the correct answer? Yes. And please start giving answer in the super fast manner, so that we can proceed in the super fast way. Yes, so Ilma thinks that it would be liquid and gas, and that's absolutely correct. If I'll talk about this convection, please remember we are talking about fluids over here. Fine. And whenever there would be a question that would be asked for the conduction, if there's a question that is asked for the conduction, please remember here we will discuss about solid. So there's a difference, please remember. But both require medium. Both are requiring medium because they require the molecules. So yes, B was correct. Why are the handles of metallic teapots made of wood? So there must be reason. Okay, fine, Ilma. So I was talking about the handles which are of metallic teapots. They are made up of wood. Why? Because if I'll talk about wood, wood is actually the bad conductor of heat. This means wood will not allow heat to pass. And if it will not allow heat to pass, that means we can easily handle that. We can easily hold it. Correct? So yes, wood is the bad conductor of heat. So this means option number A will be the correct answer. Totally correct, Ilma. Awesome. Next. Why two thin shirts can keep us warmer than a single thick shirt in winters? The question is, I'll just convert this question into the t-shirt. If I'm having a single t-shirt, that is the thicker one, and I am having another option of wearing two thin t-shirts, then wearing two thin t-shirts would be better in comparison to wearing the thicker one. Why? Because there would be correct, because what is going to happen? In between there would be the insulation layer, because of which the outer temperature and inner temperature would be different. Same logic is there with the cold storage as well. So Ilma is with option number A. That is, two shirt will become thicker. So permission of no, Ilma. Sorry, this is not the correct one. The correct answer would be what? The layer which is actually there in between them, it would be acting as an insulating medium of the two shirts. That's why your outer temperature and inner temperature difference would be there. The same logic is applicable for the cold storage as well. Whenever we build the wall of this cold storage, there's a gap left. Why? Because there's a layer in which air would be there, and because of this, here temperature, that is, it would be T1, and another temperature here would be T2. So there's a temperature difference, because of which cold storage are, insulating medium. That's true. So option number C would be correct. Next, energy travels from sun to earth by which of the following method? We have discussed this. This is from CGL 2016. Answer in the super fast manner. Everyone. Acha, okay, no issues. Since we have just 5 minutes, so need to complete these questions also, and we have already understood all the logics. Okay, but still, if anyone is having any doubt, please let me know so that we can go in depth as well. Okay, so I was asking you, energy travels from sun to earth by which of the following methods? So here we have conduction, insolation, radiation, or modulation. What is going to be the correct answer? Yes, that's true. That is radiation. And in this radiation, no such medium is required. But if I'll talk about this conduction, their medium is required. But this is radiation, that is totally correct. Next. Which of the following is a good conductor of heat but bad conductor of electricity? Very important question. It is asked many times. Let's see. Oh, Ashok has given answer A. Ashok, the correct answer was radiation over there. Fine, no issues, but please remember, in the radiation part, you need not require any sort of medium. But for the conduction and convection, we require medium. So whenever we are talking about the energy from the sun to the earth, when it comes, it doesn't require any sort of medium, and that is radiation. Yes, my next question is, which of the following is a good conductor of heat but bad conduction of electricity or bad conductor of electricity? And Ashok is with answer A. Awesome. Totally correct. The correct answer would be mica over here. So mica is actually the good conductor of heat, but mica is the bad conductor of electricity. Mica Paji, yeah, that's true. Okay then. So option number A is correct. Next. Which of the following are the methods of heat transfer? We have just understood about it. What? If I talk about radiation, no such medium is required. But for the convection, where we talk about the fluids, that is liquids and airs, here we are having that option, that is convection. Thank you, Ashok. Thank you for the same. Yes. So here we have convection, because convection is the one which is actually requiring the medium. Correct? So yeah, it is the method of heat transfer. Next, what are other methods? Convection, conduction, and radiation. Next, let me tell you about the example official application. You will be getting live paid courses, free subject wise and topic wise quizzes. You will be getting full length sectional tests with the report card, free examination wise PDF, daily, monthly, weekly current affair. Just go to Play Store, type example, click on the install button, click on the open part, do registration and start using it. Yes, so there's the next question. Why white clothes keep you cooler as compared to black clothes? And let me tell you, all these questions were previously asked. These all are very important. Yes, why white clothes keep you cooler as compared to black clothes? What's the reason behind it? And we discussed it in the second question itself. So Udbhav has given answer B. Udbhav, I guess you gave the answer for last one, and that the correct answer was convection over there. Fine, that is option number A. So my question is, why white clothes keep you cooler as compared to black clothes? And I told you, whenever I talk about black, please remember, black is actually good absorber of heat. And if I talk about white color, white, it is actually a good reflector. It is a good reflector. So yes, you cannot directly tell me about this answer. Ilma things are reflect. They reflect the whole light. That's true. So it is a good reflector. Correct? Totally correct, Ilma. So option number B will be correct. Next. In a refrigerator, a cooling system should always be kept where? This is from CGL 2004. Where? At the top, at the bottom, at the middle, or can be anywhere? Till the time you are giving me answer, I'll tell you, whenever we talk about hot air always rises up. Please remember this point. Hot air always rises up. If I talk about cool air, then cool air always settles down. Cool air always settles down. Now, this is the logic which is used by igloo. You must have heard about igloo, correct? Where Eskimos live. In the colder regions, they build Eskimos build those igloos, and in those igloos, you must have seen this, some structure like this. They make hole so that whatever cold air is there, it actually settles down and they feel warmer in that particular igloos. Same logic is applicable here. If I'll use refrigerator, that is all the fridges which we have at our homes. Ilma, your answer is totally correct. Ashok, you are saying B. That is at the bottom, or was it for the last question? So yes, I am talking about fridge. If I talk about this fridge or refrigerator, we have this freezer at the top. What's the reason behind it? Whenever you're keeping your vegetables and all over here, hot air will rise up, and once it reach over here, what is going to happen? It will cool down, and by cooling down, this cold air will settle down, and in this manner, this air circulation will keep on moving. Fine. So yes, igloo white होते हैं, लेकिन हाँ, that's true. Igloo is obviously white. It's there in the snow, Ilma. Correct. So yes, if I'll talk about this circulation, so please remember, this is whenever we talk about the freezer, it is always there at the top. So option number A would be the correct answer. Next, in a refrigerator, what produces cooling? So what's the reason of cooling? So there's a box. If I'll talk about that box, here we have a gas, and this gas is in the compressed form. This gas is there in the compressed form. Now what happens? Slowly, this gas actually from the box keeps on coming out, so that box becomes empty. Now what happens? There's a lesser cooling effect in a fridge. Now what will happen? You will ask for the mechanic or something like that. You will ask him why this particular fridge is not cooling. So he'll say what? He'll say, sir, आपकी ना gas खत्म हो गई. That is, your gas is actually your that particular gas box has become empty. So you can fill that. Once you fill that, what happens? The gas which is present here, which is in the compressed form, when it comes out, there's an expansion which is giving, there's a sudden expansion in the gas which gives you the cooling effect. So the sudden expansion of the compressed gas, which gives you the cooling effect, because of the presence of this gas only, your refrigerator is actually cool. So option number B, that is sudden expansion in the compressed gas, which is giving you the cooling effect, is the correct answer. Next, density of water is 1 gram per cc. It is strictly valid at what? So what's the temperature? So this would be the second last question of the day, and everyone who has joined the session, kindly like it and share it. Yes, waiting for the answer. Density of water is 1 gram per cc. It is strictly valid at what? So please remember, the correct answer is going to be 4 degrees centigrade. And yes, 4 degrees centigrade is the temperature at which the density is maximum and volume is low. So I'll just make a graph, and this would be the last question for the day. This is the density, this is the temperature, and at 4 degrees centigrade, this would be maximum. So the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees centigrade. But if I'll make the graph for volume and temperature, so if I talk about this graph, it would be quite like this. That is, the minimum volume is at 4 degrees centigrade and the maximum density is at 4 degrees centigrade. This is very important. I'll explain about the anomalous expansion of water, where because of the same reason, all the animals which are there in the ocean or river, they are able to survive because their temperature never goes below 4 degrees centigrade. Now, how is that? We'll be explaining it in the another session. Okay then, bye-bye everyone. Please take care. Meet you all at tomorrow at 12, where we'll be having another previous year questions discussion from the physics part. So bye-bye everyone. We'll meet at 12 tomorrow. Bye-bye. Please take care.